Today I'm going to show you how to install the ImoLaza Smart Sprinkler Controller. Opening up the box, you'll find the smart controller, the power supply. There's even some stickers to help you label all the different zones for the wiring, mounting hardware, and also included is a screwdriver for securing the screws into the wall. So we're going to go ahead and disassemble my old Orbit controller. It's pretty basic. There aren't very many features on there compared to ImoLaza. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to upgrade. So to start off with, we'll unplug this and then we'll unscrew all the different zone wires, and then we'll get that out of the way and get started on the ImoLaza controller. We'll go ahead and label the wires. This was a fine controller, but it was a little bit tricky in setting up. Just basically we'll level up the controller where you want it, and then we'll put some pilot holes in there. I believe I used 3/16 drill. And once you have those holes, you can just go ahead and put in these anchors and gently tap them in. I really appreciate ImoLaza supplying all the hardware used in mounting, because I don't think Orbit did that. We have our wires installed now. A nice new feature, I think. You can see there are labels now for the common wires and all the different zones. I've seen in previous videos they used to not have this on here, so this must be a nice new addition. Nice job, ImoLaza. Now we can go ahead and plug in our power. And it's turned on, so our next step is we'll download the app and hopefully we'll get set up here shortly. Now we just need to download the app either in the Android store or Apple's App Store, and we'll go ahead and set that up with some basic information. It took maybe about 10 minutes for this to set up. So you go ahead and take your phone and you're going to scan that QR code, and that I guess it has a serial number on the controller. This is where the smart controller comes into play. Based on your address, it can receive intelligent irrigation algorithms to help improve irrigation efficiency. This is a really cool feature. When you're setting up your zones, you can just go ahead and go outside and take photos of all your different watering zones. Let me welcome you to my backyard. I recently been starting to install different sprinklers, from Rainbird rotaries to Rainbird rotors. While I was changing the sprinklers, one of the great features of the ImoLaza Wi-Fi enabled smart controller is I was able to individually, I was installing the sprinklers, and otherwise on my old system I'd have to run back inside and manually push start, stop. With this, I can just go into my zone I want to turn on. So I will go to zone 2, and I want to adjust my sprinkler throw, distance, angle, all that. So I can just do it while I'm out here. You just go to a quick run. You can set it for 5 minutes or whatever you want. And you're going to go ahead and hit run and you've got the play button. It's got a picture of your area that you want to water. It says waiting, and about 1 or 2 seconds after pushing the button, we're running our sprinkler system, zone 2. So you can see I have a mix of the rotors and the rotaries. So the rotors are new, and we'll go into the app and we'll set that up as far as the precipitation rate calculations, which are different compared to the rotaries. They're both nice sprinklers, but with this size of my lawn, I feel like the rotors are more appropriate. So we're gonna go ahead and give those a try. So we'll go ahead and go back into the app, and you can either press pause or you can just end it with a stop button. So we'll go ahead and hit stop. Just like that. We're off now. I wanna go ahead and change, edit our backyard zones. I did have rotary before, and you can see the application rate, let's say like 1 inch an hour, versus when the rotaries were like 0.7. I think it's more like 0.6, but you can go in there and change that. So we have that for zone 1. checking zone 2. Yeah, so I'm set at rotary. I want to go ahead and go to gear driven or rotor. It says it's about 1 inch per hour, so we'll go ahead and hit confirm. The photos are good. Now what I want to do is go into schedules, and you can see a calendar on here. There's like a little, see like a little green icon that'll tell you the days that it's scheduled to water. So for right now, I've been doing it for 10 minutes per zone in the back, 20 minutes total. We can go ahead and change this. We're going to go ahead and delete the schedule. So now we need to add a schedule. Go ahead and just stay with a fixed schedule for the time being. But you do have an option though for the ET Smart scheduling. I might try that later. I just don't know enough about it yet. Also, it's really nice. There's a say you have a seeded lawn, you want to water at higher frequencies, you know, every day at 5 or 10 minutes for multiple times a day. You have that option, so that's pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and do our fixed schedule, and I want to select the backyard. Both zones 1 and 2 will cover the backyard. We'll hit next, and I think we're going to go maybe 12 minutes to start. I need to do a catch cup test and know exactly how much I'm getting for each watering. I don't really know because I put some new sprinklers in. So every watering I want to get like a ½ an inch, so you'd get a catch cup to measure that and calculate just how many minutes to get that ½ inch watering in to get a full inch for the week. We got 12 minutes. Hit next. Now I did do this, the no cycle. Actually, sorry, it has an option no cycle. You can specify a soaking cycle. I'm going to do smart cycle, so I think it'll break it up into probably 6 minutes on, 6 minutes to the next one, and then it'll come back to 6 minutes. I have clay soil. I don't know if I really have runoff issues, but if you do, this is one of the reasons why you'd use a smart cycle. So really cool feature. Again, when you get a basic sprinkler control, you're not going to have these options, but the ImoLaza, just one of the many cool options that I really appreciate being able to access. I live in California. We don't really have to worry about rain skipping, but hey, if we get ½ an inch, I will try this out. There's also wind skips. I don't have to worry about free skips. Now I want to water every 3 days. Alright, so I'm going to choose daily interval to get every amount of days. For this, I want to do every 3 days. So if I were to water today, being Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday would be the next. So deep and infrequent is what you're told should be your watering schedule. So either every 3 days, 4 days. Some people can go like once a week or so, especially if you get precipitation, but in California we don't get that. So we're going to do every 3 days. My start date will be, let's go ahead and try Thursday, since I've been doing some watering off and on today. Hit apply. End date will be never. It's just going to be ongoing. But maybe if you're towards the end of your season, you want to have a hard set date to turn it off, you could choose a date. Hit next. Okay, so this is another advanced feature. If you want to do it, have it end right before sunrise, you can do that. End before a specific time, you can do that. Or I'm just going to go with start at a specific time. So I think I'm going to go probably about 5 a.m. Sounds about good. Oh, make sure that's AM, not PM, and apply that. So 5 a.m. every 3 days, that's going to be my schedule. And you can name your schedule, just backyard, hit confirm. And it says my schedule is successfully created. So we're good to go. So now if you look on the calendar, it shows Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it's on, every 3 days. So next Wednesday, next Saturday, and so on. So if you're looking for a smart controller to implement into your sprinkler system, I'd highly recommend the ImoLaza. I know there are others out there like the Ratio, Rainbird, and others, Hunter, but this has probably maybe even more features than some of those. I highly recommend it. It's just been wonderful for me so far, and I look forward to seeing how well I can manage my lawn and save water at the same time, working to make it look more and more beautiful, and as well as conserve water and all those sorts of good things.